Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another episode of Dynasty Pylon. Hey, what's up, Mark? Having some difficulties over there?
A little bit, yeah.
almost went solo today, man.
I know. I got in and it's got a countdown. I was like, oh, okay.
You're good, man. I was just gonna go with the intro and yeah, I mean, dude, the NFL schedule is here, man. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. It's now you can start planning on your fantasy teams. Start talking to guys. Hey, when do you want to do the draft? The schedule's out. Your bye weeks are out. Dynasty, especially. Next couple of days, it should be updating, and then you will now realize if your whole team's on the same bye week.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Or you have to make some trades.
Week 8, watch. Week 8.
Hey. We don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. All right. In the past, I've had it really
yours is always week 8s. Yeah.
For some reason, week 8s is my worst week. I have like 5 or 6 guys on bye weeks. But yeah, dude, it is. So earlier when the week 1 came out earlier this morning, I was like, oh, okay, not bad. Opener season, we have Cowboys versus the Bucks. So I mean that's pretty interesting. And then it was just the week 1. They announced the London games, which was Jets and Jags, and then the Falcons and someone else. I can't remember what it was. Do you remember what it was?
No, I didn't see the London games, to be honest.
Yeah, it was 2 London games.
I'll be honest. I was mostly looking at Washington's schedule.
Well, how selfish of you, knowing we had to go prepared with this. Well, I'm glad you'll be giving us all the Washington updates today. But no, dude, I saw it and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, now we just need to wait for our Dynasty leagues to update. I was looking at Sleeper. I was looking at Sleeper. I know they still have it on the old roster. So I was like, all right, well, that's not too bad. But today, there was also some news, or actually it was yesterday, I believe. Eric Fisher.
9.45 mil for 1 year.
Yes. And where'd he go to?
The Colts.
Exactly. As if they don't have a good line already.
Well, I just found out because I was actually talking to my dad about it. I was like, why did the Colts need it? But apparently Anthony Casta
he retired.
He retired. I didn't know that.
I mean, it was still overall a good line. But
overall, no, they still.
Yeah, so
I think Eric Fisher will be good there.
Oh, definitely. I expect great things from Wentz. I don't care who you are. I think he's still got it. Yes, he had really bad, but he didn't have a line this last season. He has a line this season. So, I mean, look, if Phillip Rivers can go from mediocre to a little above average going to the Colts in 1 year, I think that we'll see the same results from Wentz. So,
I agree.
I mean, most people can agree if I'm like, oh, well, who would you rather have, Wentz or Phillip Rivers? And most people went Wentz. So I was like, well, then I don't see the difference then. So I know you're excited because he is your QB. Yeah. So you're taking him, right? Like you're not thinking about dropping him or
no.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna move. Till I know anything else with Watson, he's probably my QB1.
Okay, over Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think.
And plus, you also traded a third for him too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you don't want to.
I think we'll reevaluate after week 1 and then go from there. We'll see. I mean, if Arnold comes out blazing, I'll probably have to be like, well,
I expect him to do good. With a healthy CMC and then DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and then Tommy Tremble. I think they should be. I think he should be pretty good. So I expect good things, and I think they got a receiver out there over there too. I can't remember which one. I know we talked about it like a couple days ago, but it's just now like we've been focusing on individual defensive players now, so that's what we're gonna do today. Also, other than that news of the linemen, what other linemen did you want to
Although
bring
the
attention?
Washington football team has a new starting left tackle, Charles Leno Jr., who was just recently cut by the Bears.
Yes, exactly. I know our Bears fans weren't going to like
and
that.
He was a former All Pro 2018, and since he was the starter, hasn't missed a start. So he's pretty consistent. Right. I'm good. I'm okay with it. We needed a left tackle, so
right. Fitzmagic should do his thing, man. I don't think it matters where you put him. I think he's going to make something happen. He's just an all around fun dude to have on your team, and I think he's a good fit there. So hopefully he retires.
I hope so too. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, but I mean, other than the two linemen, I don't think anything too crazy happened besides the two. Oh, what happened to my camera?
Hello, Martin.
Shut up. Hey, I'm still here, but hey, what kind of podcast wouldn't it be without, something going wrong, right? Come on.
Kramer says you can keep that dumpster fire.
All right. Well, let me figure out what the hell.
It's better than anything we have at left tackle. So there we go. He's back. Push it down a little bit.
No, I switched to my actual regular laptop.
Oh, that's weird.
There we go. Yeah,
there we go.
But hey, Kramer said, I expect that from him. Like anybody who leaves, they just have this hatred for him. So, but anyways, besides all that, I think you and I are going to do the mock draft, and then any recent news besides those two linemen. I don't think we had anything else. Nothing, anything crazy really. I just Blake Bortles might be the Packer.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So I mean, that's I guess just in case for insurance. Every week, right on time. Yeah, is that?
I apparently need to check
every week on right on time that I mess up, or every week on time that we're here on time. I'm not too sure because we have been late. Like
couple times
before. I think we were an hour late one time. I think it was like earlier in the podcast show. And he's good. Just didn't work out in Chicago. Well, it seems like a lot of guys don't work out in Chicago, and then they go somewhere else, and then they ball out. So I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think it's so much you didn't work out in Chicago. I think after you drafted two linemen with your second and third round picks, you were trying to save money, basically.
My camera shuts down. Yeah.
I think it was just a cap thing.
Probably. But who knows? The Bears organization's always interesting. They're always fun to watch. They're not as bad as Houston, but they're just fun to watch because what are they gonna do next? You never know. So So Monday night schedule, Sunday night schedule's out. Some of the prime times. Did you pull up the London games yet? I know I mentioned that, but I didn't pull it up. I actually have the actual schedule here week by week. We can do that until you, if you want to look up the London game. But and then said, enjoy Leno and his mountain of penalties. That's what Brian said to you, Washington fans.
Gotcha.
So
penalties. Well, we'll fit right in.
All right. So I pulled up the NFL schedule, which is great.
2 games. We got. I think it's Miami and Jacksonville for one of them.
Yes, that's the one. I thought I saw. Yes,
I just saw a picture of Trevor Lawrence and Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, Tua versus Trevor. So I think that'd be really cool. They've been battling it out for years. So
Jets and Falcons, because it'll be Zach Wilson versus Matt Ryan.
Yep. So here I pulled up off of ESPN. So like I said, Dallas versus Buccaneers. That's the very first game. It should be interesting.
No. I mean, it's the Jets in Jacksonville, then the Dolphins and Falcons. Right around.
The London game.
Yeah. So it'll be Jets in Jacksonville. So it'll be Wilson versus Lawrence. So the top 2 picks, and then it'll be Tua versus Ryan.
Tua and
I'm gonna turn my
Trevor
camera off for a
faced
second
off.
because I need to charge. My laptop's gonna die apparently, and it's not plugged in.
Oh,
I guess.
okay. Well,
So
no worries.
I'll still have
Uh,
my voice.
no problem. So, yeah. So week one is up. I was looking at this all day, and I was like, all determining on the factors of like how this is going to play out. And of course, the roster actually just updated, or the schedule updated maybe 25 minutes ago to maybe an hour ago, something like that. But I know they did week one like right off the bat early this morning. I wonder if they did that to give people content to talk about on the show on their NFL Network and ESPN. And then
Probably.
I don't really know if they do that yearly, where they just do
Well,
the
was
week
gonna
one
be
and
like
then later on through
later.
the day.
There we go.
I don't know. I thought they just all at once. So
Yeah, I did too. But
uh
they like week one came out, and then a little later they had like the
yeah.
primetime games.
So you can get
Saw
your
the
tickets
Saints were
now
playing
too.
on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I saw that too.
So that's interesting. So I got Philly and Atlanta. That should be interesting. I don't think the last time Philly and Atlanta played, we pretty much smashed them. But I mean, it seems like every 3 years our opener with Atlanta and Philly is like every 3 years. I had 2018, I saw that earlier, and then again 3 years later, it's Atlanta and Philly. So then you got Buffalo and Pittsburgh. That should be really interesting. I think Buffalo will take that. I mean, this is that time where like we start picking and choosing. Oh, I think they'll win. I think they'll lose. But you never know. Right? You never know. Like sometimes you have surprising teams. We didn't think Washington was going to be as good as they were last year, or the Browns.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, no, actually, I didn't think the Browns were going to be very good either. But
yeah, so Minnesota is in Cincinnati, San Fran is in Detroit, Arizona is in Tennessee, Seattle's in Indy, LA and Washington, and so sorry, I busted out there. And then we have where I go off New York, the Jets in Carolina. So Fredo, if you ever get a chance to watch this in our other show, Fredo, you and I have to redo our Jets schedule. I'm actually curious on what their schedule is. I'm gonna have to redo and look at that schedule, because we have a spike bet, which is part of the morning spike. Every Sunday, we join in and catch them on that show on Sunday 9 Eastern time, which is like 7 a.m. here. 7 a.m. here in Arizona.
10 Eastern time, 9 Chicago time.
Thank you, my Eastern
You're
fellow
welcome.
who lived in Maryland forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
6 years.
yeah.
Good years.
I have a share of the Eastern life, but it was a short period of time and I didn't like it. So the Jets, Patriots, Broncos, Titans, Falcons, Patriots again, Bengals, Colts, Bills. So me and Freight are gonna have to redo that spike bet. I mean, we could keep it the same record, but we can redo and go back and talk about who we think is going to win and who's going to lose. But I still think they go 6 and under, and he still thinks they're going to go 8 and above, which I do not think.
Above.
Hey, he is.
I guess
strong.
that man does like to drink. So
yes, he's not. He is very proud of it too. So his Hispanic heritage, he definitely shows it off very well.
6 is pushing it. To be honest.
But I also thought the New England, and then I thought of Miami, and then I'm like, I don't think they have a good shot because all the other teams are also improving as well. So I thought
in their own
but
division,
if they're 6 and under, I win. So
yeah, no. So I think you're sitting good. What if they get 7? If he went 8 and above, you went 6 and below.
Yeah, there's a 7. Actually, I can't remember. Oh, hey, Tank said I think the over-under was 6.5 games. So depending on how that 7th game went, I think, I'm not sure. Tank had called it out. Brian had determined what the tiebreaker was. Maybe they'll help me out here. I can't really think of it right now. But yeah, so that's week one. I don't know how far in advance you want to go down the line. Because if we go down through every week, I think we'll be here all night.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if you want to just like
let's
do
see
like
if
some marquee matchups.
I mean we yeah.
Like week 2, you got Rams and Colts. That's kind of intriguing. Both of them have new quarterbacks.
Week 2. Where do you
Yeah.
see that? Rams and Colts, you said?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, Rams and Colts. Yeah, I'm actually, dude, I hope that's it. I wish all the best to Matthew Stafford.
Ooh.
I really hope he does really good this season.
Sunday Night Football is going to be a pretty good game too.
What's that? Kansas City and Baltimore? I
Yep.
swear. Is this the year Baltimore finally gets over that hump? I feel like that's what they're waiting for. Once Baltimore beats them, then people will start to accept them as a good team. Am I right? Am I wrong? Yeah. I feel like that's what people are expecting out of them. Because every year they're, Baltimore and Kansas City, and then people bet $20, $40 here and there, and Kansas City.
I feel like, honestly, it's like Joe Flacco all over again, except for instead of the Patriots, it's the Chiefs. Because every year Joe Flacco got eliminated by the Patriots until he finally got there.
Yeah.
And now he's the backup in Philly. So
Tank said it might be 7.5 games.
Might be 7.5. See, that makes more sense.
And then look, Brian even actually looked up and he said ESPN predicts the Jets to go finish 6-11. That's exactly what I predicted. How do I do this? I don't know, but I do it. I don't know. That was another prediction, and then we'll see. Hopefully, dude, if they hit 6 games, that'd be awesome. Keep my streak going, man. Of guessing these nonsense predictions. So let's see. Monday night, Detroit and Green Bay. I would love to see Jordan Love to kind of immerse this year and make a name for himself. I mean, they traded up for him, you know, so I want to see what happens. Week 3, we have Carolina and Houston as their Thursday game. And then any matchups you got the Buffalo Bills.
So I say battle division champions.
That's going to be an interesting game right there. And then this one, Cleveland and Chicago. Dude, don't underestimate these Browns, man. I think they're going to come out pretty hard this year.
Buccaneers and Rams. Stafford versus Brady. That should be good.
So that's definitely these games are really interesting. I mean, knowing what we know now, and then with the rookies that have the impact now, like how much of a game changer it is, and all these moves. Let's see, Philly and Dallas. That should be a good one. I really hope that Dallas will just torch the place this season, and just kind of take that division. But we'll see. Again, anything can happen.
Week 4. Tom Brady's going back home.
So is he going 3?
He's going 2
Sunday night. Sunday night. Yep. Interesting. That should be very interesting. Do you think he goes over to the other sideline and says what's up to Belichick, or do you think he's just gonna ignore him?
I think at some point, either before or after, he probably does.
Because Belichick, man, as soon as the game's over, he's done. He's off the field.
Well, he runs to get the coach a handshake, and then he takes off. But
yeah. So
I mean, run. He literally I gotta get your handshake. I gotta get out of here.
Like I said, do you think he takes the time to say what's up to Brady?
I mean, I don't know if he takes the time, but I think Tom Brady tries to take the time.
I think so. So this one's interesting. Thursday game, Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. That one, number 1 QB versus number 1 QB.
Yeah.
Or first round draft pick, I should say, not number 1, but I should say the first overall QB of the draft versus first overall number 1 QB of the 2021 draft or 2020 draft and the 19 draft.
20.
So yeah,
20 and 21.
You know what I meant.
20 and 21. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll be a good matchup.
I know we had last year. What was it? Joey B and Mayfield, right? I can't remember who won that one. I think it was the Browns, right? I think they just lit them up, right?
Well, if you're doing consecutive years, it would have been Murray.
Murray and who? Mayfield.
We had Murray and Mayfield.
And then the following year.
It might have been. I think it was Mayfield and Burrow play every year because they're Browns.
Well,
angles.
yeah, but I know they advertised it was like last year. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was them. So
Yeah.
let's see, Washington, and yeah, exactly what you said earlier today. You're like, oh wait,
Yeah.
Washington and Atlanta, October 3rd.
Yeah.
Are we going to Atlanta?
No, are we?
Well, I don't know. We could.
Yeah, I'm down. I've flown into that
s-
airport before.
You flying at every airport, man. It's like, oh yeah, I'm flying there. I'm flying there. We're taking a vacation to this state. All right, Marco, just let me know. So Las Vegas and LA. Division
Monday night.
rivalry. I take freaking Chargers on that all day because Raiders organization, I don't know, man. It's just not trustworthy enough to rely on a certain hard, solid pick. You never know what's happening over there. I like them as like a team. I like them, but I don't know. They're just a very interesting team to me that you never know what they're gonna do. So then following week 7, you got LA and
I
Seattle.
also don't know what their quarterback situation's like. One day they're completely, we're going Derek Carr, we're going Derek Carr. Next thing you know, you hear
Mariota.
inside, yeah, and we have Mariota. And the next thing you know, inside sources, John Gruden wants to do everything to get Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's just whatever. They just kind of
I
feed the
I would
news.
understand why you'd want to upgrade to an Aaron Rodgers, but
I think Carr is fine.
well, yeah, that's what I'm
People
saying.
are
Like,
so down
Derek
on Carr, but Carr is actually pretty good. He's that low key ninja that does pretty good.
Right.
In my opinion, I wouldn't mind having Carr on my roster the whole season. He makes it done.
The good thing about
with
Carr
trash.
is like he has an off. Like I think he's only had maybe 1 or 2 off years, but he never has like multiple in a row.
Right. I mean, he's had Darren Waller, and last year, God knows who his receiver was, and that's what I meant trash. I didn't really mean like legit trash because he had Aguilar, and he's pretty good.
He's in New England now.
Well, yes, that is true. He is in New England. But I mean, he gets it done, dude, and that's basically all you want from out of your QB. So I don't know why they're so down on him. So let's see, the Jets in Atlanta starting up first thing Sunday morning. Green Bay, Cincinnati, the Lions, and the Vikings. Denver and Pittsburgh, Miami. Let me mention Pittsburgh. I know that Najee Harris is the number 1 running back, potentially being out of all these rookie drafts or 3rd round, 4th round pick in the redraft leagues. Let me put this in perspective. And I think I told you. Yeah. What did Pittsburgh do for their O-line?
Just lost people.
Exactly. Nueva signed with someone else. Mike Pouncey retired. I think they drafted a rookie in the 3rd round or 4th or something because they went Najee and then Pat Fairmouth. Are they really going to have Pat Fairmouth blocking the whole time? I don't think so.
Is he better just go behind the Castro and just hope the Castro can block 5 people?
Najee will. I'm just saying. Najee, I don't think Najee will do anything this season like super productive. Dynasty League, he's a good asset, but I don't think he's going to do anything.
I think he'll have some moments like, he might break 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah, he will.
I think on a consistent fantasy basis, I don't think he'll be up there.
You know what he'll do? He'll put Miles Sanders of 2020 season.
Right.
He was a number 1 running back, and then he turns trash into something and breaks off a 50-yard run or something like that. That's what Najee will do next season. They didn't do anything with their line. I just want to get that out there with Pittsburgh. I don't think they're going to do much on the run game.
I'm sure his breakout game will be when I'm placing the guy who has him. Always happens. That's what happened with Miles Sanders last year.
Yeah, and I fell for it.
Almost
I took him in the
points.
first round.
Oh yeah,
I fell for that. Guilty as charged. I drafted him in the first round at number 11 or 9 or something like that. And then I went around and did even a more stupid mistake and picked up Joe Mixon. So,
hey, you made
but it's
up
okay. I did make up. I traded his ass away for J.K. Dobbins. Dude, when that trade came in, I immediately smashed accept on that. It was also Philip Lindsay and Deion Jones, linebacker out of Atlanta. So I was like,
I'm
done.
pretty sure you won that one. RB1 for RB3 somewhere, wherever Lindsey went.
Yeah.
Nixon
So,
probably will be hurt after 2 games.
yeah, it was good. It was a good trade, but we'll see what Mixon does this season. Now that he has Captain America behind him. So, inside joke, Chris Evans is a rookie. So, where did I leave off? Philadelphia, Carolina, Pittsburgh, right? So Miami and Tampa Bay, the Nolans Saints and Washington, and Philly with Carolina, Tennessee and Jacksonville. Another running back I feel bad for, James Robinson, shares a goodbye. They just Philip Lindsay to your ass with Travis Etienne. I don't know what to say, but I called it. I had a feeling that they were going to do that, and James Robinson, I'm sorry, but you're an RB2, you'll make it happen. They'll still utilize him some way or some type of form, but we'll see how the league goes. And New England with Houston, that's an easy win, as Houston doesn't really know what they're doing either. Chicago and Las Vegas, that should be an interesting game. Cleveland and Chargers, Giants and Cowboys, and San Fran and Arizona, which is always interesting to see those two, battle it out here.
I was thinking that too. Well, either way, it seems like
because they always split.
Yeah, they always split, but it's always like,
and
they're going to blow them out. Nope.
Seattle, those 3 teams, man. Seattle, San Fran, and Arizona. They always
Arizona only ever wins in Seattle, though. They never beat Seattle at home.
Well, I'd rather beat someone in their own house than in mine. I don't know. It's just me. It's more an upset at someone's house than it is here. It's like
Sunday Night Football with a baller game. Bills at Chiefs.
Yes, that should be a very interesting game. Last season, that fog was so messed up, and then I think that was just a bad game. The wind was crazy, the rain was crazy, the fog was crazy. It was just a bad game, and Josh Allen couldn't get it done. It was one of his worst games, and I think that was like week 5, and I don't think I started him, and I think both you and I decided to put Dak Prescott in both our leagues. I think
it worked out great.
Yeah, and that was the goodbye, farewell, so long to Dak Prescott week. How unfortunate, but hey, that's fantasy football for you. And then Monday night, Indianapolis and Baltimore. That should be another interesting, and that one is on ESPN. Are all Monday games on ESPN?
Yes.
Seems like you're right. Okay.
Yeah, ESPN has Monday Night Football.
So
and big news in the offseason, ABC will have the Super Bowl again.
So,
yeah. I was doing a 3-channel thing between NBC, CBS, and Fox, and now ABC's in there.
Okay. Okay.
I was like,
nice. Yeah. So, let's see. I went to 6.
We haven't really talked about them. What do you think the Saints are going to look like?
Honestly, I would not be surprised. All right, I want Winston to start. Okay, this is. I want Winston to start. Let's talk about them. I want Winston to start. Okay, but I have a feeling Ian Book will just eventually take over. I mean, if you don't know who Ian Book is, he's not that bad. He did pretty good in Senior Bowl. And a lot of people underestimate, like, a lot of the talent are shown in the Senior Bowl. Think about your Pro Bowl games in the NFL. You're best of the best, right? But this is where these college players play the best of the best as much as they can, because the next game or the next step is the combine for these guys.
Yep.
So if they don't shine in the Senior Bowl, that's it. This is where they play their
this past year, because there was no combine.
Exactly. So they were trying their hardest, and there was some really good low-key sleepers that you and I know that will be beneficial in the draft. And there's about 3 of them that you and I are gunning for.
Thank God I'm a higher pick than you.
Yes. Kind of. But you forgot that I have 6-round draft picks in the first 3 rounds.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
So you only have your 7, right?
Yeah, I didn't make
you traded your 3rd for Wentz.
Oh yeah, I don't have a third. Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right,
we'll
Michael
see.
Carter in the first round.
If you skip over Pitts, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I'm not
Oh,
going to
that's
go over
true.
all. I'm not going to go over all the weeks. If you want to go over the weeks, basically Google it,
So
NFL.com
basically,
or
what you're saying
ESPN.
is no Taysom Hill. You're not a Taysom Hill believer.
I don't like Taysom Hill. He's not a
I know. I
QB.
was being sarcastic.
He shouldn't even be there. It's
Hey, this
so
dude's got
annoying.
140 million coming his
It's
way.
what I mentioned this last week, that I think that Taysom Hill is dating Sean Payton's daughter or something.
Right? I
Has
gotta
to
hook him
be.
up for success for my
He
daughter.
he has to be. All right, man. I need to keep it within the family. I need to make sure that we don't have a toxic household. I'm gonna let him start for like 4 or 5 weeks straight.
Right.
I don't. Look, I don't know. The only benefit that he came out, if you played in ESPN's last year, ESPN had him as a tight end / QB, kind
So
of
you can plot
similar
him.
to Tim Tebow. Yeah,
Two
I got him. And
QBs.
guess what? I put him in the QB slot, or I put him in the tight end slot. So I almost had a super flex. For those who don't
Yeah.
know what a super flex is, a super flex is basically you have an extra slotted flex spot that's typically your receiver, running back, tight end. But in a super flex, you can throw a QB in there. So essentially, you're playing with two QBs. I'm not a big fan of it. You don't see two QBs on the field. I don't see why you would throw two QBs on the fantasy football. But it's fantasy
I
football.
agree.
You do what you
I don't
want.
really like it
Your
either.
league, your rules. Who am I to judge? Hey, so again, I'm looking on ESPN, kind of, and you can see all the games, but I kind of want to go back to week 14. And the only reason I want to go to week 14 is skip to it, not back. Skip to week 14 is because the bye weeks, I want to know, look, Indianapolis, Miami, New England, and Philadelphia. What does this mean for fantasy football, Mark, to you? Week
Who are the
14.
bye weeks?
Indianapolis, Miami, New England, and Philadelphia. What do you think about week 14 bye weeks?
Well, first I
Fantasy
thought
football wise.
Carson Wentz.
Okay. Nothing outside of the box. Fantasy football wise. Because what comes to mind is week 14 is typically your first round of playoffs, correct?
Oh yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So did it click? Did it
Oh
hit you right now?
yeah, you're right, because you do 14, 15, and 16.
Yeah, that's your first round. And on bye weeks, where typically week 13 is your last bye ish, and you can run 14, 15, 16 with your full rostered ish, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But so if the bye weeks are going all the way that late,
You have to push the
then
playoffs.
that means you have to push your playoff weeks to week
There's no way you
17.
want your number one quarterback going into a playoff round one with a bye.
No, that's why I wanted to look at week 14. Now, so
Yeah.
if we go to week 15, okay, there is no bye weeks. So now this is where typically our week 14 in
Oh, and
playoffs.
Chicago's got Monday Night Football.
Yes. Very observant, Mark. But typically this is your first week of playoffs, week 14. But now this is week 15. So look, if you still want to do 16 weeks in your fantasy league, go for it, man. But don't be crying when you get people who are like, oh, I don't have Carson Wentz as my number QB, and this is why I lost, because week 14 I lost. I have a bunch of guys on bye. Well, one, you should have looked at that, or two, your commish is kind of a jerk and didn't think about moving everything to week 17 or week 15 playoffs, 16 playoffs.
Or they're
17.
a real jerk and none of their players had a bye then.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah, let's make it this week.
Well. So again,
None of my players have a bye.
Week 15 should be your first week of playoffs. As we go into week 16, Miami and New Orleans as the Monday game. Then we get a doubleheader on Saturday. Cleveland in Green Bay and Indy in Arizona, and San Fran, Tennessee would be the first Thursday game that day. So that is December 25th, Christmas Day. We get a doubleheader. That's probably why. So yeah, and then so again, talk to your commish, figure something out. Please just don't do a week 18 playoff.
Oh,
Just don't.
it's still going to
no
be
different.
hard because I have a feeling if a team is like 14-1 and the next closest team is like 12-4 or 12-3, they're going to be like, I'm going to rest people 2 weeks in a row. That's really going to suck.
Yeah. But I mean, that's going to hurt them though, because what if they have a playoff contending team or a player like, and they know they're in the playoffs, and then week 18 comes around and they don't have that guy. So I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. I think week 17 you could potentially see some people sitting, like with an elongated.
But then
season,
that would make it's kind of similar to what week 16
for the
playoffs. Well, it was kind of similar to week 16 of last season.
A little bit.
I mean, I called it last season. I knew Josh Allen was gonna sit, and sure enough, he did. I called it, and they sat him. So, anyways, I'm not gonna go through all the weeks. We're already at 40 minutes, and we still have our IDP mock draft to do. But it's a good thing it's only you and I. So let's use week 17.
It should be relatively quick. It's only defense.
Let's just get to the Super Bowl just to get that out of the way. What day is it? Thursday, September 9th. That is incorrect because I went past the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was like Thursday.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not letting me. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, it's just not letting me. I click on Super Bowl. You see this, right? Click on Super Bowl. It's going to week 1. And they're probably not that far in ahead. That's fine. The week just came out. The schedule just came out. But we'll have our Super Bowl days more than likely.
The regular season's going until
February.
Like first or second Sunday in January. So I'm assuming everything just getting moved a week.
Moved over a week or so, probably.
Which is weird. You would have thought it would have made more economical sense to like start the season where the 4th preseason game would have been. And then everything would just stay the same.
Isn't that what they're doing?
No, the season still starts on the second Sunday.
Oh, September. That's right.
It's September 12th is the first week. Oh, I'm like, you could have been like September 5th, which would have been the 4th preseason game.
I'm sure they'll figure that out in the future events.
Because there's only 3 preseason games.
True.
So I was like,
We'll see what happens. I mean, as for fantasy football, though, for us Dynasty players, we just have to kind of adjust to what the weeks are. So, all right. So, it's a good thing we came on early. I know we kind of predicted this, that we were going to have a little bit of a longer show due to the schedule coming out and the news. So, we went about 30 minutes earlier, which is a good thing. So we can actually start our IDP draft. Now, IDP, if I didn't mention it before, if you missed past episodes, I kind of did a little bit of IDP introduction. Do you kind of want to kind of tell the viewers what it is, Mark?
Individual defensive player?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, instead of a full defense, you get it's broken down in positions like the offense. Not as extensive, not as many players. There's only 3 positions. They combine like rushing linebackers and defensive linemen into defensive linemen. Then you have your coverage linebackers, and then you have your defensive backs, corners, and safeties. And then you also get a 4th one where you can put anyone you want. But we typically put another linebacker in because they tend to get the most points. In case anyone from our league is listening, because some people still don't do it.
Hey, look, look, as a commish, you think I'm doing okay? I think I'm announcing everything, right? Like,
you can't just tell them. You can't tell them everything.
I know, but I mean, like on the news update, I'm telling them, hey, dude, this
2 weeks in, right? And I was like, dude, this guy on my bench keeps getting like, I can put him into my IDP slot. And then I noticed the same week you did the same thing.
You're talking about the D lineman linebacker flex position.
Well, I'm saying, but you also have like those 3 positions, and you also have an IDP position where you can put anybody in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was people who were putting like corners and linemen in there, and I'm like, dude, these linebackers are just like soaking in points.
Right. I had Shaq Barrett as a D lineman all the time. for like the
Well,
majority of.
and I also had T.J. Watt as a lineman, so
Yeah, so I mean, sleeper
I
app
was
that kind of
technically
does that.
I was going with 3 linebackers.
So was I. So was I. Your main one,
But
your
I think
flex.
me and you were the only ones who like really caught on to that though.
Potentially.
I
But
remember seeing other people, and I'm just like, did you have one linebacker playing? But I mean, whatever works, whatever works.
I don't think they caught on, but it's fine because it helped us out. I know I had Bobby Wagner rolling every week with one of my other linebackers. You know what's funny is at the beginning I almost had 4 linebackers running.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, because there's
Freaking
some of those people who do linebacker like free safety,
Jeremy
like
Chin was my
Jeremy Chin, and then
linebacker DB, and
Buda Baker.
yeah, and
You imagine being able to like Buda with like TJ with Leonard. Oh, that'd be a monstrous defense right there.
nasty defense.
All I need is Buda. I have the other 2.
Right.
Whoever has Buda, trade him to me.
So
I'm sitting pretty good though with my safeties and corners.
Yeah. So
thanks to our league people just dropping them randomly.
As we go, yeah. So as we go throughout the season, you kind of notice that the position breakdown, like some of them have a flex receiver, tight end, or running back receiver. So kind of the same as the linebacker DB or linebacker D line. So I think it'll be interesting one day in the future if we have a D line DB. I know it'll never happen, but
that would be interesting. Hilarious, though. Oh, I plays defensive line or safety.
You're a big fat dude who runs like a 4-3. Like, we'll have you out in the safety position.
You imagine going over the field and just a 300-pound guy. Oh,
dude, I would QB slide as a receiver or a running back. I don't care, even though I'm not a QB.
Like, don't throw it to me.
All right, so let's do this pick thing. Let's see who goes first between you and I. I will send you the invite right now before we get into
have the app open, so I'm ready.
All right, perfect. So again, we are doing defensive only, which is the individual defense. Now, the difference between this and regular is, Mark, will be your first time doing it as well. I know you're familiar with IDP, but you're not familiar with full defensive, right? Like you've never done just full defense?
No.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting for you to do. But let me pull it up. I have it going. Let me know if you get it, but here soon. All right, sent. Ish. So let me spin this wheel. Let me spin this wheel, see where you land. Well, either I will land or you will land. We'll see. I will go first. Okay.
I already claimed the first one.
Okay.
It was available.
Let me guess. Darius Leonard, maybe. So we have 12 teams. And then I will do this. Oh, crap. Never mind. I messed up again.
What did you do?
I didn't share it.
What did you get?
I don't know. I haven't looked. We'll find out together right now, though.
I like how the rankings, I have 1 and 3 on my team.
Oh, there it is. Barely caught the end of it.
I just looked at that. TJ's 3 and Leonard is 1.
TJ is 3 and Leonard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, and you have them both.
I do.
Rigged. Freaking rigged, man. Oh, and this is your Dynasty League. You have them both.
I know.
That's crazy. God. This makes it awesome for us. So I'm going to be number 5. So I'll claim that as number 5 spot. And then we'll do you real quick, see where you land. And I got it on the screen. Okay, yeah. All right, Mark, there you go.
3. All right.
3. All right.
TJ Watt.
That's going to be a very interesting draft as we see the computer just draft nothing towards the end.
Yeah.
So the good thing about Sleeper is it kind of does average draft. It doesn't do random interesting things like predict kickers. randomly in your draft or dumb things like that. It actually goes off of real choices that people are doing out there in the world. So
it allows us to make our own dumb decision.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. You could probably do your own mock draft on your own too. Like you just kind of like if you're bored and just want to do a mock draft just to prepare yourself, you can just create one for yourself. So is it on the screen? Nope, there it is. All right.
There's no way I'm gonna get him.
So interesting thing about IDP is individual defense is, well, at some point or at time, depending on the talent and where the players are at, you could find yourself in a nickel formation, a 3-4 formation, or 4-3, depending on how many linemen, how many DBs, how many linebackers you receive, or how many draft, I should say, rather than receive on your team. So, like I said, this is just nothing but the defense. So this is different from the average. Probably there are leagues like this that just do nothing but defense. And depending on your
that sounds kind of fun.
It is. I got torched my very first year.
Acting defense.
So I got murdered my first year. But then that's when that kind of implemented me into what I wanted to do and combined it into offense and defense. And we will get to that.
Is the premise here to get about 5 of each position?
3 to 5 roughly, yeah. Because you'll have your 3 linemen, 3 linebackers.
Rounds.
Well, you'll have your bench. I put a bench in there.
Yeah.
Which I think once we get our starters, we'll probably just auto draft. We'll see how far we get into it. But let's go ahead and start. You want to go?
Hey, Jeremy Chin's way down there.
Well, he's a sophomore.
So is Wagner.
Man. Yeah. He's getting old, man.
28 and 32.
I know. It's all right. That's what the draft is for, and this is why I'll be drafting Micah Parsons first round.
Nice. Except for I hope he doesn't do anything because he plays for the Cowboys.
Well, your Vander Esch might be obsolete here pretty soon. Yeah. So go ahead and start it off. And
well, they have an opening position for him because Sean Lee left.
There goes yeah, true. So you're on the clock at 2 minutes. Darius Leonard obviously went first. White went second.
I have to go with him.
I don't blame you. He was the best overall last season. I don't blame you at all. Do I go Chase?
Well, he was the number 1 defensive lineman and the number 3, or he was the number 1 defensive lineman and number 3 overall linebacker. So
yes. And typically, what you want to do is you go linebackers first.
There goes the other guy,
Martinez. Yeah, you can't. And then there goes.
I want to Chase Young.
Oh, you really think he was going to be like? No. I was debating whether him or Blake Martinez, but I know
as soon as you said it was a snake draft, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, typically Dynasty, you go linear depending on where you're at. So let's see. I got Blake Martinez. I can get Jordan Poyer, who's a very good player at. Let's see. I'll go Jordan Poyer. How'd he do last season? I think he did pretty good, right? How many INTs did he get? 1? Really? Nope. There he goes. So, INT 1, 2. Oh, I really thought he had more. There we go. He only had 2? That's interesting. Well, doesn't matter. Why? Because I'm going to go with Aaron Donald anyway. So I got my linebacker. I got my number 1 D lineman. I typically don't go D line this early. Your linebackers typically get more of your points anyways. So you're on the clock, dude.
Oh, no, I'm looking.
Oh, okay. You're just really silent over there. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk to myself or not. I'm not looking at the screen. That's why.
Well, I might have it on my phone.
Okay. All right. So
I'm trying to decide if I'm having TJ Watt play linebacker or defensive line.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the cool thing about it is you can go either 3-4 or 4-3.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like I said, depending on who you draft, you can probably decide on where to put these guys. Yeah, Poyer. Yeah, not a bad choice. I don't blame you there.
Now I can get my line back. Billy Whack.
Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I got my second favorite guy. It's fine.
Well, I knew if I didn't go Poyer, he would be gone, and I knew Wagner would still be there.
Yeah.
So
Bobby Wagner's a good.
yeah.
Good. He's consistent. If you get him, he's consistent. He'll do good. I don't have a problem. I've never had a problem.
He never seems to get hurt.
No, true.
He's always
and that's
there.
why. And when you guys question why I picked up Bobby Wagner before Darius Leonard, I'm like, well, the guy's consistent. And guess what? You know how many times Bobby Wagner carried my entire team on his shoulders?
I only questioned it because going into the draft, you said, I'm getting nothing but young guys, 25 and younger. And then you drafted Bobby Wagner, and I was like, yeah, that dude's like 31.
To throw you off.
But you could have Leonard.
Oh, okay, because he benefited me those 4 or 5 weeks that he was out. I'm good.
He only missed 2.
It seemed longer than that. What did he do last season? Let's go to Leonard. What did he do last year?
Hey, Bears guys, how do you think Khalil Mack's going to do?
Yeah, that's a very good question for them. Let's see.
I want to get Khalil Mack. Why not?
So he made 14 games.
I told you, he only missed 2.
132 tackles, 3 sacks,
2.5.
3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, no INTs, no touchdowns. I'm okay with that. Thank you. Now let's go to Bobby Wagner. Since you're on the clock right now, I'll go to Bobby Wagner. Let's compare the two. 138 tackles with 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Interesting. With all 16 games.
This said M. Crosby, and I was like, what is the kicker doing here?
Max Crosby from
I know, but I just saw M. Crosby.
From the Raiders.
I was like, Mason Crosby? You're a kicker.
No. Get out of here with that. Dude, so did you hear Xavier Collins' first-round draft pick for Arizona is going to be their starting linebacker, middle linebacker?
Really?
Yeah. So Hassan Reddick is now getting opportunity to go not Hassan Reddick. He went to Carolina. The other guy. Damn it. Not Chandler Jones. Look who's right there. Chandler Jones. I'll take Chandler Jones. Thank you very much.
I almost did, but I already had Khalil Mack, so I was like, I don't think I need both of them.
I'm just throwing him at D-line. So, no. So,
Micah Parsons.
Wasn't Campbell, Reddick, or Chandler? Who?
Micah Parsons. No, Micah Parsons.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he really?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh, dude. How do I move over on the freaking computer, dude?
I swear I just saw his name.
Micah Parsons?
Yeah, I saw something else.
Matt Milano, you mean?
Maybe. I swear. Oh, no, he's right there. Sorry.
You're thinking Matt Milano, maybe at
no,
11.
What happened was my screen was scrolled down. So as people were going, they disappeared. So he went up. So I thought he got drafted.
Oh, okay.
Because he was off of my screen. But then I realized, oh, wait. I'm not. I scrolled way down, apparently. But he's still there. You know. Yep, there it is. See, I think you're gonna... He got drafted. I was right.
Well, just because I picked him up. So, who did you ask? Tank says Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack. How do you think he'll do, Tank, as a Chicago Bear fan? Because Mark took him in the 4th.
I did.
So
kind of surprising. Right. There's a time when he'd probably be like the first one off the board.
Yeah, there was a time. But look, did you know Team 9, Isaiah Simmons took him in the 2nd?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like Xavier Collins. So, damn, I got to look it up. Where's Xavier Collins at? So, Xavier Collins, rookie out of Arizona. Xavier Collins. Here we go. Inside track to start at job. Yeah, but Collins is expected to work at the over the Mike linebacker, which is middle linebacker. Jordan Hicks, that's the guy. So they gave Jordan Hicks permission to go seek a trade, as it says there. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. Jordan Hicks can go somewhere else. I mean, dude, this guy, Xavier Collins, is 6'4", 260 out of Tulsa. So, can you imagine Chandler? Dude, Arizona, oh my gosh, dude. Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Xavier Collins, Isaiah Simmons.
Someone draft Xavier Collins? Is he available?
What's up?
Someone drafted Collins already, huh? Oh, no, he's right there.
No, he should be there. So Jordan Hicks might be out the window. They got Campbell, who's pretty good. Dude, it's just like Corey Peters. They're going to be a nasty defense. I would hate to be a running back against the Cardinals, man. I really would. I don't want to be up against any of these guys. That's a nasty linebacker crew. Oh, look. So I took Micah Parsons. You took Xavier Collins. So number 1 and number 2. Yeah. Got to go with the rookies. So if this was Dynasty, this would be really good and beneficial to us both, as you could probably have them in the contract years, rookies, which go all the way through. Let me check the comments. Did Tank answer yet? No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
So, but yeah, Tank, if you missed it, it was how did you think about Khalil Mack going this year?
See what I just took now?
Oh my God, Davis. Jesus. Davis. Who was the first one off the board?
232.
He was the first one off the board. I was so shocked. So, dude. All right, so what do you got? You got running so far a 3. You got 2, 3, 2 right now. So if you pick up another linebacker, you could go, or another D line, you'll be a 3-4 practically, 3-3.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm looking at almost the same as you, 2-3. I think you have more DBs than I do. Jesus, man. Humphrey's in the 5th?
Yeah.
Dude. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take this guy just to...
He was sitting there. I was like, oh, I can't let you go.
I'm going to take this guy just to upset you right now. Just so that's your boy right there.
Oh,
Landon Collins, who you mentioned is going to get changed to linebacker?
Yeah.
Or was that Curl?
No, Curl is the starting safety.
Collins is getting moved over, right?
Yeah.
So essentially...
Reminds me, where the heck who took Cam Curl?
He's kind of like Jeremy Chin, linebacker, safety-ish. So the cool thing about this, if I have Jeremy Chin, I know that Sleeper has it under. So here, the top left corner, you could see, or even right here, big bold letters, it says linebacker DB. So what does this mean? As your starting lineup, you can put them either at linebacker or you can put them at DB. So it's pretty interesting to see that, and you could, kind of change what you want on your team, how you want to place them. It all depends on matchups too, and people are like, oh yeah, they're just defensive players. Not really. I mean, let's see. Who was the Jets playing week 1? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But if I have, okay, now we're gonna have to go into what I do. Oh, that's why I have Collins up there. Still searching for Collins. I don't have an extra DB, do I? What do I have?
Oh, you're on the clock. For some reason, I thought I was on the clock.
Yeah, no, I'm on the clock. All
I'm over here trying to draft. I'm like, why isn't it working?
Ooh, I'm gonna take Jock right now. JOK.
Was he available?
Give me JOK.
I was over here literally trying to draft, going like, why is this not working?
Because I was still on the clock. Oh,
I'm gonna take Matt.
You did. I was gonna take him. But then I thought, I know linebackers get more points. I think Jock will do really good this season. He's going in and he's going to be their starter right away. So behind Myles Garrett, which I did not plan for that. Meaning the bye weeks coming up. Oh, but I didn't have Myles Garrett. I'm thinking I got Aaron Donald. Never mind. I'm good.
Who's this guy?
Who we looking at?
Zach Allen. 6'4", 281.
Rookie?
No. Pretty sure. Says he did 11
Arizona.
tackles and a sack.
Nose, isn't he? Out of Arizona? Is he a sophomore?
I think so. Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah.
I think he's an end.
Maybe
281. Usually, if you're in the middle, you're much bigger.
Are you gonna take him, or are you gonna? Because I hope not.
Why? Do you want him? You
No.
need a.
I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. All right, so here he goes. Here is your Khalil Mack answer. I think he's going to have a great season. Just think fans are losing their minds about the offense. That means Mack will not be out here all the game. He won't be out there all the game. Chicago's hyped up on Mack is going to have the hype up on Mack is going to have a good year. So I agree. He's not a bad linebacker. I think it was just a little off last season. He wasn't stellar, but he was still making plays. He was still your average linebacker. So I'm on the clock. Oh, perfect. Nobody took him. Nick Bolton is still there.
He is.
I will take that. Thank you. Nick Bolton, first round linebacker.
I almost took him, but I already had 4 linebackers.
You can never have too many linebackers, bro. Never have too many linebackers.
Richard Grant just got taken? Stupid.
Yeah. Very good.
Right DP. Before you, too. Right before you.
I'll take Jalen Mills. Did pretty good in Philly, but now he's in New England, so I think he'll do okay. He's not bad. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers. 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers for me. How many linebackers you got? 1, 2, 3. Took Zach Allen. Okay, that's not bad. I should probably focus on my D line right now. I don't have a D line at all. I got 2 main guys.
Where is he? I just saw him.
So Andrew. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 linebackers, 2 defensive linemen, and 3 DBs. I think I'm set as my starting crew-ish. I think I need 1 more D-line and 1 more DB. But honestly, I think I should be fine at linebacker, as Chandler Jones is a versatile type player. And that's what Sleeper does. So here, as you can see, for those of you who are watching, I have linebacker, D-line, so I can have the option to put him at D-line or have him the option to put linebacker. Such as Jonathan Jones. Same with TJ Watt, which was Mark's first round pick. Same. Linebacker, defensive line, and if it's there, why not put him at D-line? And then you can have more linebackers on your roster. So that's what basically he was your main guy, right, Mark?
TJ?
Yeah. Yeah, so I figured
him and Leonard were like plug and play. Just put them in every week.
Yeah, that's how I felt with
the other guys. I kind of like. I had Danny Tretheon for a little bit, and I also had Tremaine Edmonds from Buffalo. I kind of switched and swapped based on matchups with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my secondary. Was like each week I put someone in. Of course, the person on the bench would get the one with the points. So, like I think Micah Fitzpatrick had a 30-point game on my bench. He opened the game with a pick 6. And I was like, "Oh, cool! He's on my bench."
Oh no!
Because I decided to start Kyle Fuller.
Oh crap, dude!
Yeah.
Oh my god! See, and that's the worst, man. Like,
Oh, with Patrick Surtain.
and that's the thing. The good thing about IDP is like sometimes these guys have interceptions. They take it to the house, and that's like yards on top of your defensive touchdown. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, so I need a defensive line and a DB. Ooh, Kevin Bird. He just went to Tennessee. I think I'll take him. I think I'll take him. Let's see. We got linebackers, DBs. Mike Hilton. Oh no. I think I'm gonna take Mike Hilton over Kevin Bird. Or Trevin Mooring is still there. Maybe I could get him up on the next round. But I'm gonna take Mike Hilton.
I almost got Mooring.
And he was the first round or second round for Las Vegas.
Because he's a safety from TCU.
Yeah, he's a safety. So
that's why he was up higher than the other one. I should have got more then. Dang it.
I'm gonna take Mike Hilton. Why? Because he just left Pittsburgh to Cincinnati, so he has a little bit of rivalry there, kind of like hatred towards them. Maybe. Why else would he go to the Bengals? So I will take Mike Hilton as my third DB. And that would set my starting crew as my DBs. So again, we're doing 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 3 defensive backs, and 2 at the flex. So the 2 at the flex kind of helps you if you want to go 4-3-3-4 or nickel or whatever defense you feel like going for that week. Now, I don't know how you did it, but for me last season, how would you determine who to start? Let's put it that way. So you have your team, right? How did you determine on who to play? I want to see. I want to hear what you.
I was looking at matchups.
Okay.
Like if someone was playing the Titans, I'm like linebackers, got to get them in there because Henry's making it to the second level every time.
Okay.
Like
so you know he's going to get to your linebacker there, right?
Yeah.
Right,
if it's a run heavy team, be like linebackers. But if it's pass heavy, sometimes I would go defensive lineman.
Okay. And that's a strategy you can use towards it. Like a lot of people go off of matchups on how will my QB determine on how to go against certain guys, how your receivers. Oh, we know they're good against this team. They're no.
But that can also really backfire because I had Joey Bosa had a 30-point game on my bench as well.
Yeah. So
Joey Bosa on my bench.
What did he get? Like 3 sacks that game or something crazy like that?
Oh, it was ridiculous. Plus, I think he forced fumbles, and I don't think he had a touchdown, but yeah, he just went off.
Yeah,
like 28, 29 points.
I mean, it depends on how you have your who's facing. Like me for last season, I remember if any of my guys were against the Eagles, I threw every single player that I thought that was going to do good against the Eagles. I'd even go pick up a guy to go play against the Eagles because that line was horrible. The linemen were flying through that O-line like a hot knife and butter. Like they were just.
I was like, he's still available, and then I realized that's not the right one.
Who's this?
I just saw Sweat, and it said linebacker. Oh, lineman. And I was like, cool. And then I saw Jay, and I was like, oh. And then I saw Philly, and I was like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. There you go. I got Patrick Surtain and JC Horn.
All right. Not bad. Patrick Surtain, first corner, JC Horn was actually drafted before him, right?
No, I got Patrick Surtain, then JC.
No. In the actual NFL draft,
this is how the draft should have gone.
Surtain and then Horn, but they went JC Horn and then Patrick Surtain, which is very interesting. I think he's going to be interesting there in Denver. I think he's going to do good. I'm really confused on why they went defense. I really thought they would have picked up Justin Fields, but they didn't. So, I mean, I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater is bad. Teddy Bridgewater is a decent QB. He'll get you through the year. Is he your franchise QB? I don't think so. I think they're planning on potentially getting a QB next year, but again, we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm now back on the clock. I have Aaron Donald. So I got Blake Martinez, my number 1 linebacker, then Walker, and then Micah Parsons, and then I got Jock and Nick Bolton as my main linebackers. I think with this lineup, I think I'm going to go with 3-4, but I'm going to get a backup D lineman.
Should this add more fuel to the fire that T.J. Watt was drafted 3rd, and then Aaron Donald was drafted 8th in the 2nd round?
In our draft right now, or are you talking about?
Yeah, right now. For
let's
defensive
see.
player
Aaron
of the year
Donald was,
last year.
Oh yeah, that's how it should have. Like, I don't know why he should have got it. I don't know why they give Aaron Donald the main.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Darnell Savage here at Green Bay, Micah Kaiser, Josh Sweat. DeAndre Walker should be upcoming linebacker here soon. Now that Bobby Wagner's kind of getting towards the upside. Chaz Surratt, Minnesota. I don't know if you saw him in his little draft selection in Minnesota. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. But you know what? I'm going to go safe. I'm going to get L'Jarius Sneed. I need a DB.
Compared to all these other guys, this dude's tiny, though. He's only 6'2".
Chaz?
Yeah.
Is he really? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to click on him. I'll look up at his player. Where's he at? Someone drafted him already. I didn't.
There.
Dude, I thought that was Justin Simmons in the 14th round. I was like, no way. Justin Simmons. I thought that, but it's Jeffrey Simmons for Tennessee. I really thought that was Justin. I was like, what? This late? No way. Where did Justin Simmons go? I don't even know where he went.
No, I was trying to find and I can't find anywhere.
Who's that?
That was Cam Curl.
Is he not there?
I couldn't
type it in.
it.
Search it. Search it in your. How do you search?
I don't. I'm on my phone. I don't have a search.
Yes, you do. You should. Hang on. I'm on the clock. I don't care about you right now. I'm not gonna lie. I got like a minute left. This is the nitty gritty stuff right here. All right. So what do I got? I have my starting line, my starting linebackers, my starting DBs. Let's see. And then I have 2 linebackers and the flex. So I think I'm good at linebacker, unfortunately, even though I want more. I got Mike Hilton. And so let's go defensive line here, just in case one of my big guys go down. And Jonathan Allen. Interesting. Or Geno Atkins. That is a tough decision. Chase Winovich. I think, you know what? I kind of like this guy. I'll go with Jonathan Allen just to be spiteful because that's Mark's boy from Washington. But
not a bad pickup.
No, it's not. I don't think it was bad either. Jonathan Allen did pretty good. I mean, not as good as Montez Sweat, but
spell his name or something. I can't even get him to pop up in the search.
All right, so let me look. All right, so you're trying to look for No, okay. So, all right. So, you know how you scroll up, look at all right next to it. There's a little.
No. I apparently couldn't even spell his name or something because I couldn't get him to pop up.
It's CURL.
His last name? CURL?
Yes. CURL.
Yeah, that's what I put.
He didn't show up?
No.
That's interesting. All right.
Since we're not having it. They better because he's on.
No, they should have him. Is it KRL?
No, it's CURL, I think. I thought it was Cam.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
No.
Like, am I going crazy?
No, you're not at all.
Another linebacker.
Cameron Curl. Let's see. CURL. Yeah, it's interesting. Sleeper should have him. He's on your team, isn't he?
On ours, yeah. But I didn't see him anywhere on here. I was like, what the heck? Am I going crazy?
That is interesting. There's a Cameron Klein. And no, oh, wait, maybe that's because I'm on D-line. Let's go to all. Is he drafted already? Show drafted players. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Sleeper slacking, bro. That is interesting.
Ernest Jones is, but picked him.
All right, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive linemen. 4, 5. Oh, 4 DBs and 5. You know what? You are right. You did your math earlier. You did 5, 5, and 5, didn't you? So I think I should just end it with a DB and do 5, 5, and 5. Let's do that.
Well, according to this, I have 4, 4, and 4, and then 2 IDP flex.
Well, I mean, as it should be, though. I mean, isn't that what you want? Eventually, have it evened out, based out. Is it my turn right now? Am I on the clock? No, I'm not.
No, I'm on the clock.
Okay, good. Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Antoine Bethea, Julian Love, Adrian Phillips, Caleb Farley. Do I risk getting the rookie? You know what? It's my last pick. If Mark doesn't pick up Caleb Farley, I will.
Really, I have 6 defensive backs.
You have Jordan Poyer, Marcus Humphreys, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Surtain, and J.C. Horn. Is this James? Oh my gosh, Jonathan James. Jesus, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I mean, so heavy.
No one's picking you off. Like, you're no interceptions here. So yeah. Let me check the comments on YouTube. Nothing. All right, cool. You know what's funny is the guys wanted to really see this episode, and then we went early.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm really interested in it." And thank you, Tank, #1 viewer. Tank, shout out. That's our producer.
They drafted for me. Who'd they give me?
Well, you took forever. Who'd they give you? Some scrub?
Dennis Gardeck.
Well, at least you have
on the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take a chance and get Caleb Farley, first round pick for Tennessee, and that should do it, man. So there it is. Defense, individual defensive players. Basically, how it runs is sacks, tackles, assisted tackles. Let's see, sack yards. Those are counted points. QB hits. All of that stuff takes in play on individual defensive player type. Convert to league. No, thank you. I do not want to do that.
Do it.
No. This is just a mock. Relax. So let's see.
See how good I do.
So Aaron Donald, Chandler Jones. I can never say this guy's name, but he's very recognizable. Larry Ogunjobi. I think he just had an interview today too on NFL Network. So he's I took him at the 12.8. Blake Martinez as my #1 pick. That guy is a former Green Bay Packer who went New York Giant, who's pretty good. I like him. I'm a little jealous that he's not on my Dynasty team, on my IDP team, but hey, it is what it is. Anthony Walker, the second best thing you can get to Darius Leonard. Hopefully Darius Leonard gets hurt again, and then Anthony Walker will just eat. Micah Parsons, first round draft pick out of Dallas. Jeremy Chin, my boy. Love that kid. He's as good as he's as good as a DB as he is a linebacker. They play him in the box. Definitely one of those guys that you definitely want to grab in your IDP leagues. But I mean, again, this is just IDP, so soon we will do a mix and a mesh of both. We haven't decided on when to do that yet. But we will have that. So Jalen Collins as my DB, Jalen Mills. I just mixed two guys in one. I meant Landon Collins and Jalen Mills. And I got Jock out of Cleveland, who I'm surprised they got him in the second round, dude. Nick Bolton's pretty good. Mike Hilton, L'Jarius Sneed, Jonathan Allen, and Caleb Farley. Who did you end up getting, Mark? So
Found him.
Are you still looking for? Are you still looking for Curl?
I found him, but I don't think he got drafted. He's a free agent. I'm picking him up.
Yeah. Are you gonna drop?
Yeah, I'm dropping
Gardeck,
and I'm getting Cam. We're rolling with 7 DBs. That's what I'm doing.
All right. No one's throwing an interception on you. All right. So who is your team?
I got TJ Watt in the first round. I got Jordan Poyer in the second round, 3 safety out of Buffalo. I picked up Bobby Wagner, very solid starting linebacker out of Seattle for my third round pick.
Third round, right.
Then I got Khalil Mack, Marion Humphreys. Marion? Is that how you say it?
I thought it was Marcus. We could be.
No, Marion Humphrey.
Is it Marion? Is there a Marcus Humphreys? There is a Marcus Humphreys, isn't there?
There's a Marcus Peters.
Is that? They're for the same team. Am I switching up their names? They're both DBs on the.
Yeah, they're both DBs for the Ravens. So
yeah, maybe. And then you went 2 rookies back to back.
No, I went. Oh yeah, and then I went 3
same
rookies.
Position too. 3. No, you went Xavier Collins and Davis.
I know, but then I went Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn, Jason.
Later,
Ernest Jones.
Later. I'm saying like
then
back
I went
to back
Xavier Collins and Jermaine Davis.
Yep. And then Tyrann
Matthew, Zach Allen. A lot of Cardinals on my team apparently.
Former or current, yeah.
But
that defense is going to be nasty, though. If you're doing redraft league, I wouldn't mind getting the Cardinals as my defense.
Yeah, I think they could be like Washington was last year. Just come out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about out of nowhere. They've always been kind of like middle tier. Always kind of like they've always been good for defense for sure, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about.
I got Jonathan Jones because corners in New England doesn't matter where they're drafted or where they come from. They just beast mode over there.
Right.
Patrick Surtain, the second, J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
Then I got Jason Owa from Baltimore, Ernest Jones of the Rams, and then they gifted
you got auto drafted with
I got auto drafted Gardeck. I think overall not a bad team.
No, overall not too bad. Let's see Dennis Gardeck. Let's see. Oh, dude, look at that. O-line and linebacker. That's interesting. Did you click on his card?
He's an offensive lineman?
What
the heck?
I don't know. You know what? I don't feel like playing offense today. I'm gonna go defense.
Yeah, what is that? It says number 1 ranked OL.
Yeah, I'm sure you're the best in
what the
O-line in the world. Okay, dude. Is this a rookie? Do you think Sleeper just kind of threw a face in there just to make it happen and we're just super early on? No? Because he has 2019, 2018, and 2017. I have never heard of this guy.
Yeah, because he has 3 years experience.
I don't know. Well, good for you. You have an offensive lineman.
He's already questionable, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, questionable to freaking play. So Arizona Cardinals linebacker Dennis Gardeck signed his 1-year tender offer as a restricted free agent on Thursday after he had a second most sacks on this team's last year. Signed with Arizona as a undrafted free agent out of the University of Sioux Falls and didn't play in a defensive snap in his career until week 5 when linebacker Chandler Jones suffered a season-ending torn bicep.
So he literally was an offensive lineman that moved to linebacker.
And then Chandler Jones went down. God, you know, that shows how much Isaiah Simmons sucked last year. Isaiah Simmons definitely was definitely not ready for the NFL his rookie year. I hope. You know, I'm a little worried now.
That's Crazy.
So let's see. Suffered a season-ending torn bicep. Chandler Jones.
Week
Gardeck
15.
had 2.
He tore his ACL week 15. So
Well, I'm getting there, man. You're beating me to the punch, guy. Chandler Jones. So Gardeck had 2 sacks in 9 snaps in that game and finished the season with 7 sacks behind Hassan Reddick's 12.5. Gardeck suffered, as you said, a torn ACL in week 15 and underwent surgery in January, and I lost all my information. There it is.
how do you take a offensive lineman, go play linebacker, and get 7
maybe he was
sacks?
fast. I don't know. Maybe he said like I used to play linebacker in college or maybe high school. I don't know. He wasn't doing anything on O-line, obviously. So
I'll tell you what, though, if they open up offensive lineman, I'm taking this guy.
that could be a definitely
that's pretty
sneaky attack right there. But his recovery seems to be good very well. He should be continue to have a role on the defense in 2021.
Yeah, I know.
While also serving on a special teams unit. Dude, this guy might get you something, man.
That's funny.
If you're hurting, this guy might be. I wonder if that's why they just auto drafted his ass for you. Pick at 177, 171 at our mock draft. That is very interesting. Let's see.
Hey,
Trey,
man, you can learn something doing these mock drafts, apparently.
Trey says, I honestly can't decide between Carson Wentz, better O-line, and reunite his former coach with Frank Wright. Yes. Daniel Jones, better weapons, and could final breakout. Who do you think will have a better year? Man, it's a bit off topic, but I need some advice. And that's fine. No, hey, look, it's Dynasty. We're just doing IDP today, so that's fine. Let's see. That is a good question. Well, why don't you take this one, man? I'll give you my feedback. You are a Carson Wentz owner yourself. So
I am, and I also follow the NFC. I don't know. I'm still leaning towards Carson Wentz myself.
And it's a redraft question.
I get that. Oh, so
it's a redraft question.
So he's thinking
not
which
a dynasty
target. I would go Carson Wentz. I think, yes, Daniel Jones clearly has the better weapons, but I feel like if you have more time, it doesn't matter how good your weapons are. You can get it there accurately and where it needs to be.
I think it comes down to the O-line.
And Giants O-line is terrible. Just take
They did a little bit of upgrade.
Barkley was drafted with the number 2 pick, and what has he really done outside of his rookie year?
That's true. That's true. But they also lost pieces in the O-line too. So I mean,
I know.
I don't know, man. I honestly, so as a redraft, I would go with Wentz. Yes, it's an O-line. Has a better O-line. I mean, the thing is between last season and this season that's coming up is Philly had no line. They all got injured. They had nobody like to, freaking have behind them to protect them. Which is, I said this earlier last season, in the beginning of the season, when they lost all their O-line, they should have put freaking Jalen Hurts because he was a mobile quarterback, rather than having someone who held on to the ball so long. You know what I mean?
He's saying that Carson won't pass as much because Colts is an overall better team.
Carson he won't pass as Joe.
He's saying that they'll run the ball and I'm assuming.
Okay.
They'll have more lead.
True. Maybe potentially, but I still want to say Wentz. And then my only reason is because look what Phillip Rivers did last season. Like when Phillip Rivers went there from the Chargers to the Colts, Phillip Rivers was one of those guys that everyone was actually going after towards your bye weeks. Like towards the end of the season, everyone was gunning for Phillip Rivers as that sleeper QB.
But I also think the Colts have a harder schedule, so I think they might be finding themselves in more passing situations than necessarily last year.
Did you check out the schedule for?
Well, I'm just saying they finished first, so they have to face all the other first place teams.
True. Let's take a look at the schedule real quick. Now that it's finally out, we can actually determine it. Let's click on Colts. Okay. I have the Colts schedule 17 game pulled up. I'm going to show it here in a
I don't know.
second.
I just personally don't think Daniel Jones is that good.
I mean, he can get you a couple of rushing touchdowns, maybe. I have more reliance on Wentz than I do Daniel Jones. That's just me. I know, what did they get? They didn't Elijah Moore go over to the Giants? Didn't they draft him? They picked up a rookie QB
yes,
receiver.
yes. I think
Elijah Moore went there. I mean, that's
but
and then they got
Galladay,
Galladay, Slayton, and
Ingram.
then with that O line. Look, it's not like I know who has the better O line, and in all down it comes down to like who has the better O line. Your QB is only as good as your O line. Your running back is only as good as your O line. Your receivers are only as good as your quarterback, who relies on the O line. The O line has to be the number one key. If for me, it has to be Wentz. I don't trust the Giants organization still too much to me to give him a surefire pick on that Daniel Jones will do good. Is he okay? Yeah, but I don't think he's great. It's like what you said. Do you think he's bust potential?
Jones? Yes.
He could be. He's riding that. There you go. Giants has Galladay, Slayton, Shepard.
Moore. Oh, I got Rudolph. Too.
Rudolph. You're right. Okay. But Rudolph and Barkley.
Did we just become friends podcast as Wentz over Jones?
Wentz over Jones. Okay. Did we just become best friends podcast is our sister brother company podcast network. But yeah, Sunday morning, catch them if you want. I mean, I'll be there. But yeah, if Sunday mornings before your lineups, we do that. I mean, but yeah, dude, we all come together and we kind of like debate. But Wentz over Jones, and that's our producer Tank probably behind there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Jones is a bust, maybe a backup. We'll see. I think this is make or break for Jones this season. I really do.
I agree. I think if Jones doesn't do good again, they don't even pick up his 5th-year option.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's on the fence. I agree with you there. I think because Wentz was doing so horrible last season in that division, and then with Dak Prescott going down, so then we started making fun of Andy Dalton, we started making fun of Wentz, and then we started making fun of all of Washington's QBs. I think this kind of like hid Daniel Jones under the radar.
See what he just said? What you just said.
What?
He goes, I just don't want to make that mistake again. I drafted Wentz over Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Last year was just injuries, though.
Well, I mean, you know how I know that I'm Allen over under Wentz. No way. I love Josh Allen. That is my guy, man. I'm not even a Bills fan. So yeah, they were neck and neck in 2020. You're talking about the whole division, right, Trey? But yeah, I think because of Daniel Jones, any mistakes he had, the other teams in that division had shadowed anything that Daniel Jones was doing. But then on top of that, let's look at Daniel Jones. Okay, I got sleeper open. Let's look at Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones, I still have to. You want to? I still got to pull up the freaking schedule for the Colts. What's this? Let me see. Seahawks. I'm gonna pull it up real quick, but I'm gonna look at Daniel Jones's schedule last season. It wasn't that great, man. It really wasn't. He had a very tough.
He had that long run that he got
a very long run of very hard teams going back to back. Let's see. Does he? I know if he's still there. Yep, he still has him. Okay, he didn't drop him. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up his schedule for 2020. It was not easy at all. So let me look at Daniel Jones. Is this one it? Is that one it? Yep, you see it. Daniel Jones, right? There we go. All right, so at the beginning, let's see. He had Pittsburgh. Then he had Chicago. Then he had San Fran, LA Rams, Dallas, I mean, he struggled. He struggled here, Washington. All right, did a little bit better, and then he picked it up at Philly, obviously, because Philly was just horrible last season.
Oh, nice. He said I still won his league because he ended up picking Herbert.
Oh, hell yeah. There you go.
That's a nice pickup.
And then you got Washington, and then you had Philly, and then he had a bye week, Cincinnati, and then where his schedule was easy, he got hurt.
Yeah.
I actually was gunning for Daniel Jones in the later weeks after I lost Dak Prescott and Derek Carr due to him breaking his manhood. So I was going to go for him, but I went Phillip Rivers instead, and he did okay. And that's a good sign for why the Colts have a better line. Like I said, I would go Wentz. Daniel Jones had a really difficult schedule last season. He didn't even break 20. He didn't even break 30 points last season, did he?
I don't think so.
No, not according to our league, and we have 10. We have this updated. This 10 yards or 10 yards per point.
No, 20.
No, that's 20, my bad. And then 6. So, I mean, even in our league, man, it didn't even go past 60 or 30. So he had a rough year last season. This is make or break. So, Trey, I mean, I'm going to say Wentz.
Yes, that's kind of a good way of putting it.
Wentz is a safer
Wentz
pick.
Is the safer pick, but Jones has the upside.
He might have a higher floor, a higher ceiling.
There is potential for him to get points because he does have the weapons, but just how consistently will he get those points? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I'm still trying to pull up the. So I click on Colts schedule and it sent me to the Seahawks.
That's different.
Yeah, I think it was because it was the Seahawks Colts schedule.
I know we play them.
So overall, let's look at. I mean, let's see. All right, please don't do that. Let's get rid of this video. All right, but I think. Oh my gosh! Here we go. My bad. Here we go. All right, so Colts. 2021 schedule. They got Seattle. Easy. LA, a little bit difficult. Tennessee could be kind of a hard game.
I feel like that one could be a shootout because I don't think Tennessee's defense is great. It's not bad, but I don't think it's great.
Right. I mean, they torched them last season.
And I feel like
that was also last season. They lost Malcolm Butler too.
Yeah.
But then they get J.C. Horn. Or no, that was Carolina, wasn't it?
That was Carolina.
They got a corner, a pretty decent one. Miami, Baltimore, Houston, and plus, Colts play Houston twice, and Houston sucks. I don't know what they're doing. They're bringing in scrubs left and right.
He kind of mentioned it already. He's teaming up with Frank Wright again, where he had his almost MVP season. Was when Frank Wright was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Yeah. Oh, I missed this. Yeah. That's what you said earlier.
He still won his league. Okay. They got I think Frank Wright's going to help him immensely too.
Yeah, I'm like I said. At the end of the day, I think if it's a redraft, it's not dynasty redraft. Even in dynasty, actually, I think I'd still go Wentz, to be honest. But
I went Wentz.
Yeah, you even traded your 3rd round pick for him.
Yeah,
but that's only because of the QB
situation
even
have Daniel Jones as an option. He's probably a free agent. Oh no, somebody does have him.
No, someone has him as their.
But I probably could have got Daniel Jones for way cheaper.
I think that individual would have charged you a little bit more. It's not me, but I know who it is.
I know it's not you. I'd say obviously before all this transpired. I mean, now they'll probably cost a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm saying before the offseason, if I had offered a trade like I did with Wentz, because I got Wentz before.
Yeah. So I wanted to show you a little bit of what IDP is definitely about for sure this season. This is not our league, but it is a much more in-depth league Dynasty one that I've been doing. And let's show you my defensive team. You might be kind of impressed with this, actually, because it is far from what we have. It is a 30-something man roster.
Holy moly.
Yes. It is. So I have, unfortunately, I have Watson as my QB.
Oh.
I have Dalvin Cook,
Miles Gaskin.
Miles Gaskin, I'm actually, dude, I am so glad they did not go running back. Miles Gaskin is safe. The gas man is going to be another like good stellar running back this season. I have Devontae Adams, and then Anderson, George Kittle, Tony Pollard, Anderson, and Henderson, and Dillon. That's my guy, the juice. Then Matthew Stafford as a super flex.
So there's the juice and the sauce.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking of the juice of another guy. The sauce. He's the sauce.
Yeah,
look it up.
I was like,
AJ Dillon, the sauce. My bad.
Oh.
But yeah. So here is my.
I didn't hear the name. I just heard the juice. So I was like, wait. So we have a juice and a sauce?
No, we have the sauce. If you look it up,
okay.
He's the,
all right.
AJ Dillon is the sauce. That's his nickname.
Applesauce.
Yes. So here's my IDP flex as my linebackers. I have Malcolm Butler, Jordan Brooks, who I think will take over for Bobby Wagner in the upcoming years. So I have him there. I have Shaq Barrett and Irvin, both out of Seattle. I don't know. I took these both as safety precautions to Bobby Wagner, leaving here soon. He's getting up in age. We'll see how many years he actually plays. I think he's only I think he's 33, 32. Typically, linebackers go at 35. They retire. So I'm kind of prepared for Jordan Brooks to take over. And this is Dynasty IDP. So yeah, I mean, here I have a 3-down lineman, Armistead, Brian Burns, and Stephon Tuitt. Dude, I picked up Stephon Tuitt in like round 17.
Wow.
Almost 18. Yeah, I was surprised he was still there. So then I got Daniel Jones and Darius Campbell, who ironically used to be teammates in Atlanta. So that's how I know about Deontay Campbell, who's pretty good.
Deion Jones?
Deion Jones, yes.
You said Daniel Jones, and I was so confused.
Did I say Daniel?
Yeah.
My bad. I meant Deion.
I was like, the quarterback is a linebacker?
Oh, we were just talking about Daniel. So,
don't pick Daniel Jones. He's a linebacker now.
Dude, he would get blown up, man.
Oh, he probably
would. So I got Daniel Sorensen and I think I picked this guy, Anthony Harris, who used to be with your former team, right? Vikings, I think. I'm not sure, but he's there.
Yeah.
The rookie draft will happen hopefully soon, and then Budda Baker. That's my starting lineup. But then
Budda
here's the
Baker.
thing. So the thing is with the cool thing about his IDP leagues is like Shaq Barrett's linebacker D line. If I want, I could throw him here at D line, and then if I want,
are you trying to show us something? Because it's not on the screen.
Oh my God, Mark, you're such a horrible co-host. You know I do mistakes like this, man.
I wasn't until you were like, I could do this and put this here, and I was like, oh, he's trying to show us.
I'm just talking here, and you're not telling me anything. God,
I thought you were just reading off your team. I didn't know you actually had it up.
People can see what I got, man. God, all right. Mark.
I'll let you know.
Everybody.
Eventually,
yeah. It's not like when we had that one mock draft before the draft, and we went like freaking 6-7 rounds. So I got the shot.
And there were comments. Yeah, that's a good thing.
So here's my starting offense. I'm just gonna scroll down. I'm not gonna say it again, but yeah. So we go through here. Receivers, and then I got 3 flex. I'm throwing all running backs. I don't care. This is what this league is. They're doing. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it there. Matthew Stafford as my super flex. I'm not a big fan of super flex, but they invited me to this league, so I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll do it. I'll try it. And it's interesting. I'm not a big fan of super flex, like I said. two
I don't know what I
QBs.
would do with the super. I've never done one, but it seems awkward to have two quarterbacks.
It is. It very is because you don't see two QBs on the field. But
I
super flex,
agree.
like I don't have to have Matthew Stafford here. I don't have to. I could put in Brandon Ayuk if I wanted to, and
Yeah,
I
but
get to have what's up.
why would you do that though?
Oh, of course, yeah. Why would I do that? If you're gonna
Yeah,
put a quarterback in a spot and
I
have two
get you
QBs,
can, but
no. But I'm saying, like, I have
plus it
that
throws
option.
off the whole like drafting strategy. It's like, do I just go for two
It
quarterbacks
does. So the
away?
thing is about Superflex is a lot of the QBs go first 2 rounds.
Oh, I would assume. Like, you imagine someone there with like Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes and
it
Lamar
was
Jackson.
definitely interesting to see
Like,
how the way
oh,
this
I'm dead in
draft
the
went.
water.
So as again, I said I can do. I got both these linebackers out of Seattle just in case Bobby Wagner does retire. So here's the thing: I have a down lineman, a DB, a linebacker, a D lineman as my flex at IDP. And then my three down linemen. I can put Shaq Barrett at D line if I really wanted to, and I can move Bobby Wagner, or not Bobby Wagner, Jesus, Deion Jones as a flex, and put Shaq Barrett as a linebacker, and that would change the whole defensive scheme on who I want to put. But then I can actually put in a rookie or something that I have off of my bench. So Bobby Okereke, I could put him in somewhere in here. I could put him at linebacker. I put him in flex. But yeah, it's very interesting on the different ways how IDP works, and you don't have to deal with defense as a whole. It definitely changes the way you look at defense. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love watching defense now. Like,
Oh, I agree.
I look at my guys and I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome.
You see a sack or you see an interception, you're like, oh, who was that? Who was that?
Yeah. No, it was, and then you hope for an interception or
Whereas I
what
feel like
not.
the other way, it was like draft a defense, start them. Oh, if they have a bye, let's get another defense. Okay, go back to my other defense. That's it.
Right. So,
That's it.
and here's the scoring part on this league. Our league is a little bit different because we stack it. But on our league, team defensive 6 points per touchdowns. That's just team. We don't do that on ours. Let's not confuse the people. Let's do IDP. Here we go. IDP. 6 points for defense, 4 points for a sack, 1 point for QB hit, a tackle is 1, tackle for loss is 1.5, punt blocked, field goal 5 points. It's very rare that happens, so we put 5. Very rare that an interception happens, so we put 5. Interception yards, we put what do we put? 0.05. So 20 yards, it would be a point. Fumble recovery at 3. So again, depending on how your league settings are, would affect on how good or how like. And here, this league, your linebacker would be almost as good as your starting RB1. I typically don't like that, but it's okay. Like your league settings, your commission, the way he does it, he likes to do it. I typically have my defensive linebackers close to RB2, wide receiver 1 type. So if they have a really good pop-off game like last year, to one of our league mates, his first week in, took over in week 10, and I had Jeremy Chin, and Jeremy Chin had that 2-week pop-off round, and he had the 2 fumble recoveries.
Back-to-back plays, too.
Back-to-back, yeah. Dude, he got me like 24 points. So that week was over.
Which is amazing for a freaking
and he's outscored as more than all my offensive guys and scored just as much as my QB. So again, defensive players individually.
Well, our offense will be a lot higher scoring this time.
Yeah, so I'll take us to our league and I'll show you who I have. Like I just I got it on the screen, making sure I got that on the screen. So So I got Josh Allen, Antonio Gibson, Miles Sanders, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore. Let's go down. So as my starting linebacker, I have Bobby Wagner. And I set him, I left him there, I set him and forgot him. I never touched him. Actually, I think I actually had him at linebacker for the longest time, to be honest. I don't think I ever moved him. But then it had Jeremy Chin there at DP. Sometimes I would put him in the flex. And it changes the way, like, this could be a normal, like, rather than going too deep into IDP, you could start with your 4 players. Your D linemen, your linebackers, DBs, and 1 flex. Kind of similar to your offense. 1 of each-ish, kind of, and a flex. And that's the way we had it, and I loved it. It's less stressful. You don't have to go too deep into it, but with our settings, it was 6 defensive touchdowns, 1.5 at sack, and a QB as a quarter. And these all add up. So if a guy got a sack, he can almost get 6 to 8 points depending on how many yards too. I can't wait till someone gets a 20-yard sack, dude. That is going to be monster.
They still get credited for the tackle for loss, or did we fix that?
The tackle for loss, you get credited for that.
So it's a sack, a tackle.
Well,
for
no,
loss,
actually, no. You would get
yards.
the sack, but you wouldn't get the tackle for loss.
Okay, I was just
the sack. Now, if you get the tackle for loss because he ran out of the pocket, then potentially, but usually that'll be up against a running back. Yeah, so that's what IDP is. It's different. It's different. We have a long one today. We knew this. We knew this coming. We started. Well, I mean, typically we'd be ending about right now, so we started a little bit earlier. So
we had all this other stuff we were going to do. Then you're all like, "Should we do week by week for the new schedule?"
Oh like, no! I think I went to like week 6, skipped to week 14. And Trey, if you're still watching, talk to your commish. Since you're doing a redraft, so week 14 you have bye weeks, and typically 14 is the first week of championship week. So see if your commish wants to go to week 15, 16, and 17.
Just so about buys.
Right. And on your first round of your playoff teams. So just think about that's something you want to talk about. I'm going to do
have a buy.
What's up?
I better have a first round buy.
Yeah. Unless you have a first round buy in your league. But I'm not doing that. I don't think I'm even going to put it up to discussion. I think I'm just going to do it just because of the week 14 bye. Would you agree?
I mean, it makes the most sense. Yeah, it makes the most sense. I don't even think anyone will bat an eye at it, to be honest.
There'll be leagues out there. We'll be getting questions.
Yeah.
Trust me, we'll be getting questions.
I'm in the playoffs and I have a guy on bye.
I will rag on them. I don't care. Just because I think it's not.
Way to go, commish.
Well, hey, look. You got to tell him.
That like, look, no, you were.
Oh no, I know, but you got to tell him. Like, look, dude.
I agree.
If I have a championship week and I'm in the first round wild card, I don't want Carson Wentz as my starting QB, and he has a bye week, week 14. That sucks because then I got to go into the fishing pool or get my backup, and I hope that he has a good matchup. No, just give it week 15, your first week of playoffs. And make 16, 17 your final championship bowl week as your Super Bowl. And then, yeah. So a lot of information. I am so glad that the schedule came out. Now we can plan on it.
All right.
Now, Sleeper, NFL.com, ESPN, and My Fantasy League all need to update their bye weeks on your players. And then we can now, or you can manually do it. Think about it now. But I'm just going to wait just so I don't have to do all that thinking. It just does it for me. I'm going to wait and see who I have to trade off on a Dynasty League because I could potentially have everyone as a bye week. You never know. And let's see. Did we become just best friends? That is a handful. All right. So if you're watching now, that is going to change to Nerd Huddle. Mark, did I tell you that?
Oh.
We're going to change it to the Nerd Huddle.
I like it.
Yes. Yeah. So Nerd Huddle. So the Nerd Huddle podcast is we are part of it. We're part of
Is there more to the comment? Or did it just say agree?
He's agreeing with what I said about the week 15 part. That's the best, and they'll do but there'll be people out there who just still run with week 16s or go all the way to 18.
Or they don't think about it. They just
they just do it. But like I said, week 17 and you want your championship playoffs. It makes sense because 15, 16, 17, there are no buys. But week 15 should be your first round playoff. Hopefully you have the bye week in your league. I like having a bye week for the top 2 teams. Give them that kind of consolation rest period because I do 6 in the top half of the championship and 6 in the bottom for the toilet bowl. If you don't know what the toilet bowl is, we'll get into that later as we do our draft with both offense and defense. Today was just IDP, kind of an introduction to that. Kind of just shows there are leagues out there that just do defense, and that's pretty cool. I like it. It's different, but I like both sides of the ball, so we do a little bit of both. So, but yeah, as again, did we just become best friends? Podcast is going to be Nerd Huddle. Same channel, same everything. The only thing that will be classified as Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast is the Thursday Originator show tomorrow.
Did We Just Become Best Friends podcast?
Yes. And, you know, that show is very something you should probably want to check out. It's a BS show. Not calling it BS. I'm just saying we go on there and they go
about
on
anything
there,
and everything.
Anything and everything. If someone throws a topic in the comments and, hey, let's talk about this, and it'll be boom, we'll start talking about it. But typically we have a somewhat type of program they go into, and they kind of go with that idea. Sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's
pop culture,
comics, usually pop
whatever
culture.
Big is happening at the time.
Whatever Tank Kramer is thinking of that day, they are doing. What's that? Did he say the BS?
He goes, haha, the BS show.
Well, I'm not calling it BS, but yeah, it is the BS show. We go on there and we BS around. I don't know if you watched last week. I was on there. I gave out 2 of my drunken stories. So I don't know how it led to. We still don't to this day know how it led to the drunken stories. I happen to have my Disney Walt Whiskey shirt on that day. So instead of Walt Disney, it said Walt Whiskey, and it had bottles in the castle form with a star over it. Check it out. It was an interesting show. We just kind of talked about drunk stories, pretty much half of the podcast anyways. So that's our schedule tomorrow. Should check that out. That is part of the Did We Become Best Friends Now, soon to be Nerd Huddle Network Studios, but right now it's Nerd Huddle. So best shirt ever. Thanks, man. It was, I love that shirt. It is one of my favorites. You know what? If we ever do another drunken story, I have another Disney one. I'll bust out. It's maroon color. It has so for those of you who are familiar with Beauty and the Beast, what's his name? The big buff guy, Gaston. They sing that song. No one can beat up anyone like Gaston. No one eats like Gaston. No one that
drinks like Gaston.
That one. No one drinks like Gaston. Gaston is flexing and he has 2 big mugs in his hands. Yeah, that's my other shirt.
There you go. That's cool.
Yeah, I wear that one. It's funny because we were wearing our adult type shirts. That one's kind of considered adult. On Disney, when we went to Disneyland, my wife and I, and some of the characters, they stopped, and we actually got Donald Duck to come out of character, and he laughed inside his costume. It was the rarest moment. I think my sister had the a beer one that had malt whiskey on there. I had my No One Drinks Like Gaston one, and I can't remember what my wife had, but she had something similar to it. But it had like it different like beer type, and he was reading it, and you can hear a chuckle underneath it, and damn, they can get fired for that. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna call that guy out, but yeah, they definitely can get fired for that. It wasn't like a big chuckle, but it was definitely if you had to be like right there. But it was pretty funny. So he just kind of like did his little quack noise and covered his eyes, and then
he's a Disney adult. Me and my girlfriend too.
Yeah, so Anyways, check out the Did We Become Best Friends podcast tomorrow. That is the last Did We Just Become Best Friends type podcast. Hopefully the Nerd Huddle will be rolling out in June here soon. But yeah, that's the originator. And then Sunday, catch me on the Morning Spike. Yeah. I wish you can be there sometimes, but you work late nights though, so that's why we have our Wednesday shows. There was that one time though.
So. Trivia, I got second.
Yes.
And you tied.
So did I. Yeah, the Dynasty Pylon crew got second under freaking Brian over there. Anyways, that's our show. Hope you enjoyed it. It was IDP draft. Definitely something out of everyone's element. Went over the NFL schedule. It is here, guys. A couple more months. I know our draft is like in 80 days. I can't wait for that. And then it'll be during training camp. Actually. Oh, did it go down? I mean, if you noticed, we have a little timer on there, a little counter. Yeah. So
I know.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that as we get closer along. June, we'll start breaking down the individual type divisions. So that should be fun. Definitely see what you guys come out with because I will be somewhere out in the world. God knows where it's at, wherever they decide to put me. So that is it. Good morning. Or do you have anything to say before I close it out?
I'm good.
You're good? You sure?
I'm good, yeah.
One more rant over your offensive lineman that Tank. Apparently
he's not good according to them. So,
hey man, he's
dumpster fire that gets a lot of penalties. So exciting!
Well, hey,
go Washington.
Fits right well, is what you said, right?
Well, if he comes in and plays like he did in 2018, I'll take it. He was in a Pro Bowl.
So, yeah, man. So that is our show.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, what's up? Let's get to one more wink in. What's up, Josh?
Hey.
All right. So, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at. This is the Dynasty Pylon Show. My name is Martin. This is my co-host, Mark. We will catch you next week on Wednesday. Have a great night. I hope you guys have a wonderful draft here in the upcoming for those Dynasty players, and hopefully those bye weeks don't screw you over. Have a good night. Definitely, for sure.
Getting hyped when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate.